Another Gillette AFL trade and free agency update here on afl.com.au. Hello everyone, Matt Thompson alongside Luke Holmesby today. Hey Luke.
Hey Matt, how are you?
Yeah, going well mate. There is a lot going on, particularly at Catland. Very exciting times for them because they have snared two players today, Hamish McIntosh and also Jared Rivers. A very big day for the Cats.
Yeah, it is, and obviously the Cats are looking to some short-term success, both experienced players, both 28 years old. Rivers actually turns 28 today, so that's a decent birthday present to get a new club. And yeah, bright days ahead for the Cats.
Yeah, you'd suggest that with this kind of approach, they really do think that their premiership window is still open.
Yeah, well, they've been obviously the most successful team of the last 5 years, and a lot of people might think that the time might be right for them to maybe slide down before they have their next tilt, but Chris Scott obviously thinks that they're still in the hunt.
All right, let's talk about both players. First of all, Jared Rivers, it is a 2-year deal for him. He's an unrestricted free agent, so simply moves down the highway from Melbourne to the Cattery.
Yeah, he will obviously, I think, play that defensive role that Matty Scarlett's left behind. Rivers has played in defence for most of his time at Melbourne, and it's pretty much a ready-made sort of hole that he has to fill. He's not quite at Matty Scarlett's calibre, but look, there's not a lot of experienced defenders getting around, so the Cats have done well to hold him down.
Hamish McIntosh leaves North Melbourne for Geelong on a 3-year deal. This is a great result for Hamish McIntosh, who has been struggling with injuries the past couple of years.
Yeah, so you'd have to wonder if the 3-year deal is the wisest path to go down. Only a handful of games in the last 2 years. His knees, it's no secret, his knees have troubled him, but I'm sure the Cats medical staff have had a look at him. They've given him the tick, and you'd have to back them in from there.
I wonder what this means for someone like Oren Stephenson down at Geelong.
Yeah, well, the Cats have got a pretty big ruck department as it is. Stephenson obviously drafted last year as a mature age recruit. Geelong would have had no idea back then that they were going to get Hamish McIntosh just 12 months later. So, look, his future might be in limbo, which is a bit of a shame because he's been one of the fairy tale stories of the last year.
Certainly the Cats players are happy about it, though, from what we're hearing, the likes of Joel Selwood and Andrew Mackie taking straight to Twitter to celebrate the news. Already looking forward to next season they are. Now, there is, of course, one big deal which is yet to be done, and that is Kurt Tippett. How is he going to get from Adelaide to Sydney? It is still being talked about, Luke, and today we've heard that Jesse White has headed to Adelaide for a bit of a medical check, so maybe he's the man to help secure this deal from the Crows' perspective.
Yeah, and if that is the deal, obviously there'd be a few draft picks as well, because I don't think anyone would be putting Kurt Tippett and Jesse White quite in the same category. The Crows, they have to seriously entertain it because people are talking about the possibility that Tippett could end up in the pre-season draft, and obviously they don't want that, to lose a key player for absolutely nothing, so they would have to seriously consider what the Swans are offering.
There's clearly some animosity in all of this, but it would be ridiculous as far as Crows fans are concerned and as far as the Crows as a football club are concerned to let Kurt Tippett go through to the pre-season draft. It would just be sheer silliness. Surely that is not going to happen.
Oh no, there's a bit of chest beating going on, as there always is at this time of year, but look, we've seen clubs in the past lose players for absolutely nothing. Nick Stevens and Luke Ball spring to mind, and I can't see what the long-term game was for the clubs that lost them, so I don't see why Adelaide would even entertain that thought.
Luke Parker's one other name that's been out there. They've been saying all along, the Swans, that they won't trade premiership players.
Well, they haven't, but we've heard that before from a few other clubs. Obviously, Luke Parker's only a new premiership player, so It would be a bit of a shame to have to be moved on only a month after winning a flag. But look, it's a new era, free agency and trading, and players are commodities, and that's just the way it has to go sometimes. So maybe that is something they'll have to look at.
All right, Luke, thanks for being with us. We'll read more of your stuff online soon.
Thanks, Matty.
Luke Holmesby with us here on afl.com.au. That is our trade and free agency report for today. Click back soon for more of the very latest.